And now, please welcome High Rollers D&D Dungeon Master Mark Holmes.
Hello! Willkommen, I believe, is the classic way to introduce this. I am the Dungeon Master for the D&D show High Rollers D&D. We're from the UK. We stream on the Yogscast Twitch channel, and we're all very excited and very happy to be here at TwitchCon Europe. Now, before we get started, what would a good Dungeon Master be without his intrepid players and heroes to join him? So please let me introduce our players. We have two special guests joining us for this adventure as well. Starting with, he wanted me to introduce him as the best player, but that simply isn't true. It's Chris Trott.
What the hell? I asked for best, Mark.
I know you did, but
hello, everybody.
Take a seat. Joining us, the first of our special guests. She is bubbly, she is lovely. Please welcome Elspeth Eastman. Take a seat, join us.
Yes.
At this lovely table. Our own personal ray of sunshine and plant mum, it's Rhiannon Gower. Our queen of the Scottish Highlands, Katie Morrison. The next up is our second special guest. He's extremely sharp, he's extremely cool. It's Nathan Sharp. And last but certainly not least, my favorite, my golden boy, Tom Hazel.
Oh, your favorite. Oh, very
Well,
good.
welcome everybody. Welcome players, welcome guests, welcome all of you. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you all of you who are watching at home as well. A couple of quick things. Put your hands up in the audience if you know a little bit about D&D. Okay, so most of you. There's still a few people out there who might not know a little bit. Dungeons & Dragons is obviously the world-famous role-playing game where our players here will be taking on the role of heroes, while I will be playing the Dungeon Master and moderating the world, playing all the monsters and the characters that they're likely to meet. As the players go through their actions, they're going to tell me what they'd like to do. They'll roll a dice if there is a potential for failure, and then I will decide if that's a success or not. And that will lead to a lot of amusing hijinks, I'm sure we'll see later today.
Are you going to stand up the whole time?
I'm going to stand up the whole time. Intimidating headmaster, yeah. Well, I did have a chair, but when I sat in it for the test, I was a bit too short. So I figured that I would remain standing.
Hashtag short boy.
Thanks for that, Rhiannon. That will now be my legacy for this game. I believe some of you needed to borrow some dice, namely Nate, so if you want to take a set out of there and then we'll pass that down. Whilst I give a little overview of something. So we'll do some character introductions in a second. We'll let the guests kind of come in a little bit later on.
I cannot figure out my answer.
That's the first test to see if you can play with us today, Elspeth.
Did it.
I got it. Like,
You do it?
oh, yeah,
Oh.
nice.
A round of applause, please.
Nailed it.
So, those of you joining us, we play in a world called Aerois. It's a homebrew campaign setting, a world of our own creation. And over the past adventures, our players have crashed in an airship, they've fought off a zealous cult in a temple to the sun god, and they've been blown away to a mysterious continent ravaged by magical storms. They've also seen their good friend Sentry revived, brought back from the dead, and now they're about to embark on a quest to find some documents that will lead them on some various personal quests and personal journeys. So for the regular High Rollers characters, why don't you guys give us like a very, very short, because we only have 90 minutes, little example of who you are. And guests, I'll give you a chance to introduce yourselves in the game itself. So Chris, take it away. Give us a little bit about who you're playing today.
Hello, I'm the best player here. I'm playing a high elf, sorcerer, casts a lot of spells. He's called Lucius Viren Elwin Elenaster, and I will be doing this voice throughout, sorry.
Rhiannon.
Hello, I am the worst player in this in this game. I am Sentry. I am the plant mother guardian. I like to look after the crew, make sure they're all okay. I worry about everybody all the time. Yeah, I'm a paladin, so I'm here to protect and attack.
Excellent. Katie.
I'm playing Ayla. She is a wild elf barbarian. She's a Stormherald barbarian, and yeah, she's pretty stubborn and proud, and cares a little bit about the other guys, but probably
Not that
not
much.
nearly as much as Sentry.
And then Thomas.
Hello, I am Keelek Ad Kalar, who is a bird person, that person right at the end there. Such a sweet young boy. And he is a cleric, and he should care about the other players a lot more. I never heal. I don't know why.
What's the lifespan of a bird? Like 5 years?
Like 5 years, yeah. He's also got very low hit points, so if he dies today, yeah, it's fine.
And he's lost an arm and an eye.
He's lost an arm,
playing.
he's lost an eye, he's got bruised ribs. He's so frail.
It's a frail boy. And then wonderful guests, we'll give you a chance to introduce yourselves in the moment, if that's all right. So, with those introductions done, are you guys ready for some D&D adventuring?
Whoa.
That's a good thing. Yeah, we want a nice high energy. We get some high energy going today. So, you have traveled to the continent of Voxar. Craggy highlands full of these magical storms where the weather rules all. And you've made your way to a port town called Kusthal after hearing that there is a scholar, an antiquist called Haley Pinesong. Now, Haley has reportedly discovered a cache of documents, books, scrolls, and notes that pertain to the ancient world of Aerois, including the lost city of Solvin, where Sentry was from, including knowledge about the elven clans that Ayla belongs to, as well as studies on planar magic and on the various gods such as Hesper, which Quill worships.
Ooh.
Now, this cache of documents could lead you to various personal goals and aims that you wish to acquire. And you've made your way to the port town of Kusthal in order to locate Haley. Kusthal itself is built into a series of caves, 3 coves that surround the cliffside coast of Voxar. Each cove is a den of thieves and pirates, traders and merchants, and all connected by various caves and tunnels that wind their way through it. Making our way through the town, the stench of seaweed and refuse line the streets, and you're eyed by brigands and mercenaries as you wander through. And you make your way to a tavern that you've been told Haley is staying in, called the Broken Mast. You make your way there, and it's tucked into these tiny little tunnels, these caverns that run between the 3 coves. And it's nothing more than a half-painted sign stuck to the edge of a dark doorway that leads down deep into the earth. And as you begin making your way down, the scent of stale vomit, ale, and all the traditional smells of a fantasy tavern waft its way up to you. And as you emerge, you can see a large open bar room, of which it's quite busy, quite full, with various sailoring sorts. And at the center of it, there is a single broken mast, upon which various parchments have been stuck in with daggers and crossbow bolts. But probably the most alarming thing is that you appear to have entered into the midst of an epic barroom brawl between 2 crews of pirates. One crew seems to be wearing purple with silver, and the other is wearing purple with gold. The crew with purple and silver is led by a very handsome older gentleman with silver hair, very tall, very roguish. The other one appears to be led by a woman with large auburn mane of hair, lion ears and a lion's tail, and thick muscular arms. And you hear them cry out. But there is also a couple of other figures around. You see a scholarly-looking woman in amidst all of it, currently fighting off several of these pirates with a cane in one hand and a tankard in the other. And then looking across the room, you see 2 others as well. Elspeth, do you want to describe what they see when they see your character?
Shall I do this in character voice or just
You can do this in character voice.
in
Sure,
character
go
voice?
for it.
Hello, my name's Susan. I'm a very short woman, very old woman. I'm a cook. That no one likes me cooking, and I have a bandana on my head. It's a yellow one. It's tattered. It's got smiley faces all over it, but I don't smile. I'm very much like this. I just kind of frown at everything. And I've got a large apron, and it's chain mail. It's very rusted. And I've got skillets hanging off of it, and then I've got a large rolling pin with spikes sticking out, just in case anybody gets out of line.
A rolling pin.
And what is
Rolling pin.
and what is Susan involved in? Is she part of this brawl? Is she decking with the pirates, or are you trying to stay out of it?
Oh, Susan's just looking on,
Yeah,
looking
just
on and
watching
laughing.
on. Yeah.
You know,
Nice.
just rooting for the one side.
Which side are you rooting for, gold or silver?
Definitely the gold one. Yep.
Okay,
They
excellent.
look like they're brawling.
Yeah, led by the lioness woman, so you're kind of cheering those guys up.
I love mostly women.
I walked into that one. And then looking over the other side, Nate, why do you want to describe what these guys see?
Well, is this hot? I'm not hearing. We good? I think
Sounds quite quiet, but
we're a little
sure.
quiet.
Go for
Maybe
it.
that's just.
There we go.
Oh, there we are. Cool. It's kind of a maybe 30s age gentleman, human. He's got kind of got some rough brown facial hair. He's got in front of him, laid out on the table, is a purple leather cross between pirate hat, cowboy hat, and
The best kinds of hats.
yeah, he's got a long matching purple trench coat, and he's just, he's sitting at the bar and he's got a scotch in one hand, and name's Mason,
Okay.
Mason Atticus, and so on and so forth, and he's just watching this go down, and
Okay.
just kind of actually like more lean back, just watching, sipping, like a chair flies at him, he just kind of.
Dodges to the side, it smashes behind you into the bar. And as it does so, you see the chair kind of fly over this very charismatic-looking gentleman's head. And one of the pirates kind of turns around, seeing Susan and Mason, and then some of you guys as well as you've entered. And you hear this gruff-voiced kind of lioness woman like, "What have we here? A couple more reinforcements for your side, Marcus." And the silver-haired gentleman turns around, is like, "I don't think so, Anya. These must be with you. Get 'em, boys!" And they begin to rile up the crowd, and you can see them grabbing onto this scholarly-looking woman, dragging her down, and she's like, "Oi, bugger off, you bastards!" And she kind of throws them to the side.
Close.
Toss them to the side. Close. I got to remember this is slightly PG-13, not my usual fare. And she kind of throws them to the side, and you can see she's being dogpiled on by these two pirate crews as well. And they turn towards you guys, ready to embroil you into this bar, whether you like it or not. So what I'd like to do is ask you guys what you're doing.
I think we're in the wrong place.
I don't know how we got here.
I think
Yes,
we're in a
it's
great
crap.
place.
Bye.
This is all very, very loud and noisy.
So as you're kind of like panicking amongst yourselves, one of the pirates comes up and swings a broken chair leg towards Lucius, barely manages to duck under it, and they begin swarming around you at this point. These kind of pirates trying to drag you into this hectic brawl.
Guys, we
I'm
good?
gonna pick up my warhammer and just
Okay.
step in front of Lucius to the guy who threw a chair and be
Yeah.
like, "Oi!
Yeah.
Look, we're not part of this. What's going on? We're just looking for someone."
So they just turn around and it's like, "A likely story," and they just, pull out knives, and they can see that, and you can see that whatever heated rivalry here is ongoing, and it's definitely something that perhaps you will need to be quelled with some fists or some strong words.
Well, I'll just let sort of lightning crackle down my arms into
Perfect.
the hammer and just say, "Well, I'm prepared to settle it another way, this way if you want." Like,
Sure. Give me an intimidation check.
Oh God.
So try and get it in the purple
Yep.
square.
Oh, that wasn't great.
That's not good. That's bad.
9.
We're dead.
So you do get the reaction. You kind of watch as this man's eyes go wide, this kind of scruffy, toothless-looking pirate. His eyes kind of go wide, but as it almost seems like you've drawn threat towards yourself now,
Okay.
that they're like, one of them's like, "We'll see some sort of sorcerer," and they just kind of begin dogpiling on and like trying to pummel you, and you take a few blows to the face and things like that. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Susan stands up immediately. And she has
Okay.
a rolling pin in her hands like this. She says, "You don't beat up a woman like that, you mangy twonk."
Yeah, you get him, Susan. You tell him what's what.
That's right, that's right. And she stomps over and she's flopping. Like imagine like this very short, withered old woman just one foot after the other, plotting to hit this guy. Spiky rolling pin.
Is that a chainmail apron?
That's a chainmail apron. It's kind of clanging to one side as she sort of stomps towards this guy. You're in
Frying
for it
pans.
now. You get.
Mason's
You've really
just still
done
like-
it.
And you want to
still
try and strip them?
antagonizing.
Oh yes.
Intimidation.
This
check
is going to
for me,
be the best intimidation. Should I have dice for
Can
that?
I,
Yeah,
like-
I'm
can
gonna
I, like,
think we grab this bag and walk
oh, yeah.
over.
Can I back her up on it? Because Mason's still back
Yeah.
just antagonized. Just like, "Hey,
How does Mason do that?
Just like, oh, Susan's come for you, man. You're gonna have yourself a horrible
Why don't you
time."
get off your bum? Come help me.
Oh, I'm moral support. I don't get involved.
There you go. You can have those dice there.
This generation.
So while Susan is making her intimidate check, so I think that's probably like a persuasion check. I think from Mason, like he's trying to big
I can
Susan
do
up a
that.
little bit, or maybe
Ooh.
performance.
Oh no, but I liked persuasion better.
Oh, that's some Patrick Rothfuss stuff going on. But sure, you can
That
make a
ain't good.
persuasion.
Hey, all right.
So I got a 3.
Okay. Well, let's
Oh.
see how Mason does.
23.
No.
25. So you're kind of stomping towards them as this old kind of woman begins stomping away across the bar.
She's
One of-
drooling a bit.
drooling a little bit. The frying pan hooks onto like a bench, and you kind of like, and you kind of get shoved forward.
I've seen her eat a man alive. It was horrifying.
But the comments, and you kind of like just glower as Mason provides this flavor commentary, and you begin to see some of them beginning to back off, and they turn to the silver-haired male captain like, "Oh, Captain Marcus, I'm not sure if this is a good idea. That one looks scary." And they begin looking around. What about Lucius or Sentry or Quill? What are you guys going to do?
What about, how about we have an agreement? What if you just didn't? Have you thought about that?
Sure.
Please?
Sure. I think that sounds very persuasive.
Does it?
Is it very persuasive?
I mean, we'll see.
It's quite persuasive, actually.
Is it?
No.
No.
11.
It's not the most persuasive, no. So you kind of, you seem to confuse one for a second. This kind of surly-looking dwarf, grey-haired, a beard with chicken and bones kind of strewn throughout
Oh,
it.
no.
It's like, what if we did?
But,
And then,
okay.
Susan's like, why are you making fun of my friend? He's a pigeon, for crying out loud.
Am I still on the floor? Just like, yeah, really, really not helpful.
You're
Quill.
kind of like throwing them off. You're like giving punches and swinging like kicks, and you're kind of giving as good as you can get, but you're kind of being wrapped up in the brawl itself. And you watch as this dwarf, despite Susan's warnings, begins advancing on Quill. Susan, you're kind of trying to tug yourself free from the tavern. Mason
Bloody
just
thing.
raises a Scotch glass, I imagine, like, yep, done my job.
Yep.
It's gonna gently tap on Sentry, like clinking. Honestly, I think Ayla's got it covered. We could probably skedaddle.
We could probably
Lucius,
skedaddle
I
out
will
here.
kill you. I will murder you myself.
My intention is to not do any of that, honestly.
No, I'm not. I don't want to fight these guys right now. Quill, do we want to?
If one of you doesn't back me up, seriously, Susan, me and you, we can
I've
take it.
got you. I'm right behind you.
Yeah, she's
Yes,
behind
we'll
you.
let them
Yeah.
get it. We'll just wait outside. Yeah, do
Okay,
you
so
want to
you
go
guys
outside?
You can
Yeah,
have
cool.
a new
All right.
life with Susan. She seems lovely, honestly.
Yeah, I think you've got this. Okay.
I am
Just
lovely.
backing out,
I am
shield up.
lovely.
I'll go find a chair to throw back at them.
She
How-
has a chainmail apron. She's got this. Let's call that bardic
It's still
inspiration.
clanging against the
So
chair.
you're going to
She's
give a bardic
definitely-
inspiration to Susan?
Yeah, like I'm saying, chainmail apron.
You just point chainmail apron, so you can roll add an extra d6 to your next skill check or attack
Okay.
roll.
So inspiring.
And I think as Sentry and Lucius just slowly back out of the tavern, it kind of descends into a bit of madness. As Pithisophone, Susan, you wade in, like, throwing people off. Ayla, you kind of pick her up. The two of you start throwing punches, and you're decking pirates all over the place. Mason, another chair, very narrowly misses you, nearly spilling over the glass, but not quite. It came
That was
close,
almost
though.
bad. Almost had to get involved there, but
Quill, probably a couple of them start advancing on you, threatening to pluck out feathers.
Oh, don't. Please don't.
No, not
I
Birdie
need
boy.
these.
However,
Not for
eventually
flying.
things begin to calm down. The fists are thrown. You guys probably end up quite sore, those of you who are dragged into the fight. You've got bruises and black eyes. Mason, definitely at some point something is spilled on you, on your coat. Some sort of grog, perhaps.
that's unfortunate.
This is just a nice, relaxed, unfortunate circumstance. But eventually you emerge, black eyes, bruised. Those of you who escaped, none the worse for wear.
While no one's looking,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just look around for like a bottle, smash it, and pretend like I got involved the whole time.
Yeah, give me a
I
deception check.
Okay,
Can
perfect.
I make a check to see if I see that?
Sure, perception check.
Yes.
Not very good.
What am I-
80s was.
What? am I looking-
Perception.
what? Perception?
9, yeah.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah, I think that you see Lucius like glance
that was-
around.
Really got stuck in there. That was awful.
Fight pretty much over now. We're
Yes, and as the fight begins to die down, and a few of them, most people don't seem to be convinced by your attempts of deception, Lucius. Most
Am
people
I
kind of-
bruised? I feel bruised.
I had
can't
2
feel my
wings
jaw.
before I walked in here.
Lucius, you didn't do any. What are you
I
doing?
got the joke.
What?
So-
what are you doing? Why are you smashing that bottle? What are you doing?
here's the thing. All 3 of you, cowards, owe me a drink right now.
What?
Come on.
3 drinks?
Yeah.
Really?
I think I deserve them. After that,
I mean, how much are they going to be? Is there anyone here to
you
serve
can buy
us?
one for.
Yeah,
$6.
you look over and there is this scrappy-looking orc. He's very thin and lithe, and tattoos cover all up his arms, all the way up to his neck that curl around. He's got bald head, scars running all the way down it, and he has just been completely nonplussed for this entire fight. Just polishing glasses, ducking out of the way as things get thrown over his head, picking up bottles, putting them back on shelves, and he just kind of gives a nod over towards Ayla and is just kind of gives you a nod it's fine, we'll cover it.
Good
and
man.
you see this scholarly-looking woman pick herself up, bruised eyes, bloody lip. She kind of spits on the ground and looks over and is like, well, that was a load of fun.
Oh, bless you. It certainly was.
I don't suppose, well, and she points to Lucius, Sentry, and Quill. You 3 I'm not quite sure about, but certainly you're quite a smooth player I've seen from being around these parts. And this one, if you're looking for some work, I'm looking for a crew to go after some stolen cargo if that's what you're after.
I mean,
Do you need a cook?
I think so. It's not my crew. It's kind of well, sit down, let's have a drink. And she kind of pulls over, she writes a table, and the pirates begin filtering out.
Are we
she
honestly
writes-
doing a job interview just after all of that?
Yeah?
Right. Fair enough.
I don't
have a
think we
problem
are.
with that.
I think they are. We didn't do anything.
Okay, have fun.
Are these 3 with you, or...?
I'm not with the
debating
Cornish hen over here.
What's a Cornish hen?
She called you a pigeon.
Oh.
As well.
Are there pigeons in Aerois?
Sure,
Yeah.
there are now.
There are now. And I'm it.
So she gestures over to a table and says, well, you, and Mr. Smooth over here, I certainly want to have a conversation with, but I suppose if the rest of you, I'm pretty desperate, so I wasn't too impressed. But it's not me you have to really worry about, so
I'll go get you all a drink. How about that?
that sounds brilliant.
Much
Yes.
appreciated. Make it double.
Yes,
You're
excellent.
welcome.
On your
Are there
ass.
any beverages not on the floor or on other people as well? In
Very
bottles?
few. There are some bottles, yeah, but as you kind of walk over, the orc looks over, he's like, for you,
2 gold, 3,
20.
20 gold. Oh, is that all?
Yes, absolutely.
How about? Wait, I need to haggle this. 30.
Yes,
Nailed it. Nailed it.
certainly did, friend.
I don't have any money.
What?
I just realized I absolutely have nothing. I spent it all.
And you see the man reaching behind the bar, and he pulls out a huge great axe.
I asked for some drinks.
Aye, but you haven't got any money.
Susan reaches into her chainmail apron and slams the skin of a partially weirded out bear. Like a bear skin on the thingy, the table.
Yeah,
How about this?
it'll do, Susan. And he kind of gives you a nod, like he knows you. You've been in here before.
Oh, that's haggling.
What is that?
Just
Hey, Susan. Every time.
Hey,
Hey.
How many of those do you have?
quite a few.
Right.
Where'd you
Where-
keep
In places I don't want to talk about.
Yes, I don't know where that emerged from. That's quite impressive.
Just
really.
don't smell it.
I think
not to.
we can smell
think-
it from here, to be honest.
I think Elspeth really has the right tone for our game, actually. I think you've really nailed the kind of thing we go for. You get the drinks. They're brought over to you, and the woman kind of sits you down. So my name's Healy Pinesong. I've been looking for a few people to go after some cargo that was stolen from me. It's not much. It's not treasure. It's a collection of books and tomes, actually.
Nova would love that.
She would.
Is she here?
No.
no.
Okay.
She'd love it though.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
That's nice.
But she's
Are
not
you
here.
interested, or am I getting mixed signals here?
depends.
Are we
Is
going to be
there-
attacked by about 20 different people in an enclosed room
Oh, I should hope so.
just for being here?
Sounds fun.
I mean, that's the kind of place this is, Birdman.
No, I mean, is that going to be in the place that you're sending us to?
I won't say no, but I also won't say yes.
That sounds like a deal.
Do we need to know how to read?
No.
Excellent.
You're a fine candidate, Susan. No, so it's going after a pirate, something of a legend in these waters. It's called Balasar Darkfinn. He's a bit of a legend. He's a captain of a ship called the Hungry Maw.
Oh no.
It attacked me while I was traveling to this continent, stole lots of treasures from the other travelers, including my trunk, which had all my books and my scrolls, my notes, everything from ancient places in Aerois to planar magic, all sorts of things. And I need somebody to go after it. Now, a lot of pirates in this town, they're a little scared of him, but I do have a captain and a crew, but they're needing officers to go after this thing. Now, I'll be glad to pay you. You can also have free access to my research. I'll try and help you as best I can in anything you need. But there's also this pirate, this Darkfinn. He's been gathering treasure for years. I'm sure that there must be something there of value that you could take back. I really just want my books, but I kind of need people that maybe, are a little crazy.
I have an immediate concern.
Please, strange metal guardian woman.
If I fall overboard, I just sink. And so you will never find me if I fall off the boat.
That could be a problem. May I suggest some ropes?
Some rope might be good. Is there rope?
I'm sure there will be rope upon the ship.
Then
could
that is
anchor the ship.
fantastic news.
She could be our anchor.
No.
That is a possibility.
Very
Perfect.
true. You don't need to breathe, though. That could be very effective.
But then what if someone comes to hit you guys in the face and I'm on the bottom and I don't know what's going on?
You mean like everyone did earlier when someone hit me in the face?
All right, I think you need to let it go a bit now, Elf.
No, I'm not going to let it go. Not
All right.
until he's bought me more drinks. Anyway,
Well.
but treasure and payment
Yes.
is certainly interesting.
Yes, absolutely. And I believe that, Susan, you're looking for a new crew. Well, that's exactly what the ship's looking for. Officers. A good cook would no doubt be among them.
Yes, I have an extensive resume.
Oh, I've heard. Luckily, I think this crew might be right up your alley, actually.
Excellent.
They'd
Lots of
appreciate
things
your
are up my
taste.
alley right now that I would prefer not to talk about.
Bearskins.
Nice.
Excellent. And you're a strange one in these parts. But,
Not quite from around here.
you seem the sort to be used to a bit of adventure and travel.
Kind of looks at him and like, why would I ever give that away?
Oh, indeed. And she kind of cocks a half eyebrow towards your way. Well, I mean,
I cock like a 2/3 eyebrow back.
Oh.
Just like a little bit more.
wow, she's taken aback. Little taken aback by this fragrant display of flirtation, quite clearly. But no, she looks over and is like, well, if you'd be interested, I think that yes, this could be of use to somebody like you. You seem to be a capable sort. Used to leading people.
I mean, I am the greatest captain this side of Faerun, if we're being TBH.
Heard of the place, but sure, if you're a seasoned captain, I think that this would be very up in your wheelhouse.
I mean, it sounds all fun and dandy and whatnot, but I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of what you need and not a lot of what I'm gonna get.
Well, what do you need?
Well, we all need a lot of things.
That is true.
That's the truth. That's the
Yes.
truth.
Yes, things
Very
are
wise.
good.
That's what
I
they
can think
call,
of a couple now.
Yeah.
That's what he like hears that turns like, how long has there been a talking bird here?
What?
That's a pigeon. That's a pigeon.
Oh, Arica, but the whole time.
Wow, that's I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Really?
I fought space dragons, man. Let me tell you about
Space
those.
dragons?
That's a different story. That's
Space
a different show.
dragons?
You're very certainly a strange traveler. And, but yes, what do you want?
More than anything, a way out. They
Way out.
they kind of closed up the gates here after my arrival, and I'm not a big fan of this plane. I'd like to leave.
Hey, you're looking for planar magic. That's something I can help you with. I have a little research into it. We know a few things about the area. Certainly, I think that that's something we can do. And no doubt there are many treasures here in Aerois that could help you get to where you need to go.
Sounds like we could work on something then.
All right, very well. And what about the rest of you? So far, Susan seems keen. This strange fellow here, and the wild elf beauty does seem to be quite keen on a bit of a fight, but I'm not hearing much from the rest of you.
I'm happy to help if you need me to.
A good anchor is always needed.
No, not an anchor.
I'm just
Nice.
Don't just.
What about you, sir?
Honestly, I have no choice in the matter. I'll get hit by a hammer and then probably pecked by a bird if I don't do it. So.
Well, that seems like a reasonable reason to.
And now a rolling pin with things on it might swing my way as well. Seems like there's a lot of hazards, really.
And you'll also make a friend.
I hope so. Wonderful attire, by the way. Fantastic color.
Oh, likewise yourself, friendo.
I have an apron made out of
Yes, I don't want to look that far
chainmail.
down, honestly. I'm trying to keep my eyes up here.
It
I
is-
don't know where the bear skin
It
came
is
from.
quite
Practical.
lovely.
Thank you.
I can appreciate that.
Thank you.
Well, if you're ready, I'll take you down to the docks and you can meet the captain of the vessel.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay. So, Haley Pinesong, this Auburn-head scholar, leads you down through the caverns of Kust Hall into a cove with a long quayside wooden dock, at the end of which there is a rather ramshackle-looking boat. It is not the nicest vessel you have ever seen. There are no fancy colors for its sails. The wood is plain and unadorned. The only thing you notice is that painted onto the sails is a isometric cube, like a D6 shape, like an actual cube. It seems to be painted on. And as you get closer, you begin to see that the ship itself is covered in these strange creatures. All
Like I'm there.
We're there.
we are there. Imagine it in your minds. You see these strange-looking creatures, which appear to be spheres, clockwork spheres with arms and legs and little clockwork wings. Some of them are wearing colorful sashes. Some of them have eye patches covering their entire frontal eye. They have just one singular octus. They kind of look like Mike, what's he from?
I was going to say Mike
Wazowski?
Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc., if you're familiar.
They sound
But with these little clockwork wings. And they've also like painted on little beards and scars onto their metal bodies. And they're just scouring all over the ship. Repairs, fixing ropes, fixing sails.
Can I grab one?
Yeah, you just pick
I just
one
want to
up.
like pick one up and take a look at him.
Yeah, he's kind of, he's quite big. He's like a
Okay.
child, so you kind of have to lift him up with both
Oh, look at the little fella here doing that work. Oh,
No,
he's
no,
oh,
no.
Oh,
Oh, God, they
my
talk.
apologies.
You put him down, and a few more of them kind of gather around, and they just start barking. No, no,
I think you've angered them.
yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, they talk well.
My apologies.
Susan punts
Yes.
one.
Season one's one.
She attempts to just twink.
Just pick one up.
No, she punts it.
Oh, sure.
Nice.
Why don't you give me an athletics check? I want to see how far you pump this little fella.
And she wants to know if it makes a doing sound if she does.
Very important.
It's the D20 and then the number.
Yeah.
So you're going to roll this and then
Yeah.
add a 6.
20 and add 6 to it.
Oh, this boy?
Yar.
Yeah, that boy.
Yar. That's a 10 plus 6.
16?
16.
There's definitely a doing. Doing! As you punt it out into the sea, there is a sploosh as this little fella lands in the water, and just a chorus of no, 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 no echoes from the ship.
She
And then,
watches and just goes, fantastic.
and as you watch this little fella, and he bobs, he kind of floats in the water and begins doggy paddling his way back to the boat. But there is a voice that echoes out from the deck of the ship and looks down upon you. He looks very similar to the other creatures, but instead of a round sphere, he's a cube. He's like a little dice cube. Same little clockwork wings, little arms and legs, but he has a metal pirate tricorn hat welded to the top of him. And he comes out, Yahar, Yahar, what be happening here? Captain Six Sides be taking no offense to his crew.
It's because he's got 6 sides.
I guess
The
I
human
understand.
speaks correctly. I have 6 sides.
Honestly, I don't know what I was expecting here, but it wasn't that.
Yar,
Most unusual. This is very strange.
welcome.
Are all 6 sides as fearsome as this one I'm looking at now?
Nay, there be no 6 sides like 6 sides.
May I attempt to roll him?
You want to roll him.
I want to roll.
You want to walk up, pick him up, and roll him.
Would his hat
I want to see.
affect the roll?
I want to see what I get.
His hat will affect the roll.
Okay.
But sure.
All right.
So I think this will be. Give me an athletics because you got to try and pick him up.
I think first I'm gonna ask, be like, sir, you mind if I may roll?
May what?
May roll you, friend.
Roll me.
Yeah, it's
what
good.
be taking ye for?
A
dice?
It's
Yes, exactly
I mean, it's
that.
on the nose, but yeah, it's for good luck.
Aye. I suppose 6 sides be dice shaped.
They do.
Give me a persuasion check.
24.
Aye. Roll me the best ye can.
Alrighty.
And he jumps up into your arms. Roll me well, sir.
I like this place. So what should I do?
Just roll a d6 for me.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's a 6.
He lands on the top of his hat.
Wow.
His legs sticking up in the air. And he turns, and he kind of like shuffles his body till he spins to face you upside down. 'Tis a good roll.
Great roll.
And then he flips himself up and does like a little kip up. And he goes, so, ye be
What is
looking
happening?
to board me ship, the bits and pieces?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I see some potential sailors amongst you. What be thinking ye, crew? And he looks to his Modron army, which for the purposes of this will be you guys. And so you can give me a yes or a no answer. So he looks to the crew. What be thinking ye, crew? Should we have this merry lot addition for officers?
That was a loud no.
There's a few rogue Modrons out there that I'll be dealing with later. He'll be keel-hauled for sure.
It might be the one that landed in the sea a second ago. He might be a big.
Aye, that's the
Yeah, he
one. I see him down there.
Yeah, he just straight fell off out of nowhere.
just
No
fell.
one knows why.
We'll see, we'll see. So, there be a few roles on the ship to be filling for old Six Sides. Be needing me a first mate, be needing me a bosun, a quartermaster, a cook, and a surgeon. And if anybody's left, because I be counting 6, and I only have 5 roles, whoever's left be me cabin boy. And them's, well, we can do whatever we want.
First mate Mason Atticus, Fulbright Mothane, reporting for duty, good sir.
Well, maybe perhaps we'd be having to have a little contest if any others fancies themselves a first mate.
Yeah, I kind of do actually. Yeah.
Well, seems like we have a bit of a competition then for first mate.
Sergeant Sentry, reporting for duty.
More applying, I see.
Out of interest, is everything accustomed to your size and shape? Are the beds tiny?
No, it'd be an old human ship. Modrons don't really be sleeping either.
Right.
Me neither, don't worry.
I see, this one knows.
Which position has the most luxurious living quarters?
The captain, which is me.
Can I be captain?
No,
Can I be captain?
no,
You thought about it, though.
I did, because you rolled me real well.
I did.
Perhaps, if you be first mate, I'll leave the ship to ye.
All
But anyway,
all right.
anybody who wishes to be me first mate, well, we've got a rowdy bunch of Modrons, it seems. Snap them up into shape. Show me what you can do. Get their morale up. Make sure you've got some discipline in them. And I'll decide. So yeah, so how are you guys going to whip this rowdy group of Modrons into shape? Prove that you can be a good first mate.
I'll step forward.
Sure.
Right, okay. Stand to attention. Immediately, right now, do it.
Make an intimidate check.
With disadvantage?
Sure.
Yeah. That was a 15. And that's a 3.
3. The rogue Modrons just... I mean, what do you think, rogue Modrons? Yes or no? No.
Stop it.
Resounding no.
Stop it immediately.
Resounding no. So you move up and they just lollygag
Walk the
around.
plank immediately. Go on.
No, they probably start pushing you towards the plank.
Okay, I'll do it. Fine.
Who's up next?
I will take the hammer again.
Yep.
Lightning crackling down the arms.
Yeah.
And just walk up to them and say, okay, so either you get in line, or I'm going to start using you as target practice and just see how far I can hit you into the sea.
Intimidate check. But you can use your strength for this one.
Oh, okay.
Use your strength.
That's scary to me.
Oh no, that was a terrible roll. 12.
What do we think, Modrons? Some no's.
Come on.
Some no's.
Come man!
Nose. Excellent. All right. Mason.
If I may, hear me out. If I'm first mate, you do a good job. Free drinks on that guy, huh?
All right. Given the reaction, I'm not going to make you roll. See, well, unless anybody else wish to contest Mr. Mason.
I don't have any money. Just saying. I'll walk plank.
well,
It's fine.
We'll make him work for it. Ain't that right? Yeah, we will.
All right, first mate Mason. You be responsible for crew morale and discipline. Keep them in check.
Will do.
Who else? Who wishes to be another role?
Have you got
Cook.
anything that's good for people who are kind of strong?
Aye, the bosun be that. Ye be responsible for carrying heavy things and fixing the ship when she'd be needing a fixin'.
I can probably do that.
Aye, good for a strong arm, that be.
Yeah, I'll take that position if no one else objects. Unless, Quill, you want to carry heavy things?
No,
One wing?
absolutely not. I was going to ask, have you got anything for people that are very easily seasick, have one arm, one eye, and will probably die on this adventure?
At least he's honest.
I mean, by those experiences, perhaps you might have a good field in medicine, perhaps?
No, I don't heal people very much either.
Oh, that's a shame.
I have healing. I just don't use it. I don't know why.
You really should.
I have terrible judgment.
Really should.
Maybe we just put you in the crow's nest and be done with it.
Crow's nest. Wait, no. I'll do the healing. I can heal.
You are a bird, though.
Yeah, you would
Could go
it's
up
pretty
there.
fit.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
that's a good point. I already have a spyglass.
Are you any good at navigating?
Yes, actually, yes.
Quartermaster it be, I think.
Is that navigating?
Yes.
Then navigate I shall.
Any contestant?
I don't want to go up there, honestly, no.
Oh, it's not looking good for one people over this side being the cabin boy, is all I can say.
I can't climb, so.
That's probably a bad idea. Right, well, Quartermaster Elf, Navigator Birdman, First Mate Roller, I guess. What about you three, I suppose?
Can I stay under the deck so I don't fall off the ship? Anything good for that?
Surgeon, perhaps?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't seem to have many fleshy bits, but perhaps you know how to stitch them together.
I've tended to these guys more than enough. I think I've got a basic understanding of what's inside people and things.
Any of you wish to contest?
I don't want to see the inside of a Modron.
All right, well, there we go. Surgeon...
Sentry!
Sentry it is. What about the last two of ye?
I can cook.
Can you cook?
Well, I cooked something for Daddy once. Said it.
That's his catchphrase.
But it burnt and he grounded me for 3 years.
But you did cook once.
I technically did, yes.
I suppose we have to make it a competition, or
Susan
it's...
shoves him aside and says, look, I can make oxtail, dragon tail, snake tail. Although I suppose snake is the whole tail.
It's the whole snake.
It's just the whole snake.
Aye.
I'm curious, Susan, have you got any bear recipes? Is this why you've been hunting bears?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are those like?
Are you just saying yes?
Yes.
Aye. Thought it be. Well, you do seem to have more of an expert knowledge of the matter.
Look at these knives. And she pulls out one.
Aye.
Freshly sharpened.
Can I just like
Freshly
push her hand
sharpened.
down?
Yes.
Young lad. You
Yes, I
see it.
that.
You see it.
Yes, too much.
Put it.
Yes.
It's okay. Put it. Okay. Okay.
Do you still wish to be the cook, Mr. Elf?
Absolutely not, no.
All right, cook Susan it
can have
be
it.
then.
Yeah.
And I guess
Hell
that's
yes.
the cabin boy.
Can I opt out of that?
No.
Can I just stay on the top?
No.
No.
So if any of you need a job doing, cabin boy's at your disposal.
Gavin boy.
Excellent.
Right.
do.
Oh,
well,
he's the
okay.
gopher.
aye.
The what?
Don't know what a gopher is, but I'm saying aye.
No,
Right.
he's saying gopher, not I.
Aye.
No, gopher.
You,
Aye.
Gopher.
you,
And so-
you what?
Huh?
You said I.
Aye.
I what? You what?
Enough of this joke, it bores me. Now look, as far as I know, ye be seeking Balasar Darkfinn, same as I. Killed me mate, he did. I'll see me revenge done. And he kind of hobbles to the side in his little six-sided body. Took one of me sides, he did. And he lifts his leg up and reveals his underside, which has been carved and scratched and damaged.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Aye. Never forget the day he carved me underside, that I will. But nobody knows where he is. He's a bit of a legend amongst pirates. Strikes without warning, carries around fishmen that ride on sea turtles, they say.
Aw.
Sea turtle, that's a delicacy.
Perhaps we can capture a few. But we need to find out where he is. Now, the only person I know is a siren by the name of Melisandre. She lives in the storm's teeth. I've tried to go after her once before, but her song put all of me modrons to sleep. That's where I'll be needing your help.
Was it just a boring song?
No, it'd be magic.
Oh.
I really regret this crew immensely. But he be me only hope to get Darkfinn. Everybody else is yellow-bellied, land-lubbing cowards for him.
Oh no, we are too.
Why
Hey, speak
Mechanicus,
no.
why me?
So let's find her first then. Do you need the navigator?
I will be
Yeah.
needing
Yeah.
him to navigate Storm's Teeth be a graveyard of wrecks, rocks, shallows, and depths.
Oh.
Oh, sounds fun.
Not deaths. No,
Depths,
no.
not deaths.
It's no deaths or
Okay.
deaths.
But
Fine.
you're the anchor. That's what you're supposed to do.
No, I'm not the anchor. I'm the surgeon.
Well,
Okay.
first mate, get the ship and crew and we'll set sail.
All right, can do.
Good.
Group, get together, and again, drinks on this guy, right? Am I right? Hey, there we go, there we go.
A lot of drinks.
So, you guys begin sailing out. Now, it will take a few days to reach the Storm's Teeth. So how do you guys pass the time on the ship?
Probably trying to find as many terrible jobs as possible for the cabin boy to do.
Okay, yeah, there's plenty. Swabbing the deck, cleaning out the latrines, scooping out the buckets.
So how do modrons defecate?
That's an interesting question. You become very intimate with the whole process throughout this trip.
Sure.
Yeah, it's all nuts and bolts and oil. Lots of oil just comes squirting out everywhere.
Nice.
Yeah.
Susan is looking for ingredients. There are lots of barrels around, so she's prying them open with her teeth.
Okay. Inside the barrels is lots of very oily fish that seems to have been fished up. There's potatoes. Not much else.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That'll do.
Okay, so you're going to try and cook some meals?
Yes.
Okay, make a roll, and we're going to add your proficiency and your constitution modifiers.
Okay. 6.
Yeah, big D20. Oh no, sorry, the big
Oh,
D20.
sorry.
Yeah. And add 6.
Okay, what is that? I think that's a 6. Okay. So 12.
12. It's not the most delicious meal. The Modrons, however, just don't seem to mind. They just eat it up. It's almost like it's just sustenance, and they don't care what you eat. A few of them come up, yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
I like
Yes.
the very enthusiastic Modron we have in the audience. He's always on for it. I like it. But yeah, it seems to go down very well. I don't know what the rest of the living crew think of it, but certainly the Modrons don't seem to mind.
Sorry, there wasn't any salt. That's the only thing. That's the only spice I use is salt.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Okay.
It's the only one you need.
Anything else? Anything?
I think Sentry would just be like at below deck,
Yeah.
just like hiding all of the sharp objects, just all the like scalpels
You
and stuff.
baby-proofing the ship.
I'm baby-proofing the ship, so all the corners, I'm just gonna like hide them up, and then put all the surgeon's tools, make sure I only know where they are, and then I'm gonna occasionally just tie myself to the steps going up to the top deck, peek out, and then just quickly duck back down again. No, it's too dangerous.
Okay, so
back
you
down,
stay mainly
hiding.
behind decks, baby-proof.
Baby-proofing the ship.
Okay, why don't you make a roll for me and add your intelligence?
Amazing.
Just because I want to see how this goes. Oh, okay.
17.
What's intelligence?
Intelligence -1, 16.
16. You actually do a pretty good job of baby-proofing a ship. Maybe you find like some sanding tools. You make all of the hard edges into nice, soft, round ones. You find, I don't know, ropes to tie up drawers of anything, dangerous weapons, ballista bolts. And yeah, you do a pretty good job of safeguarding the ship.
My job here is done.
First mate, navigator. Navigator, you're going to have a job specific to do in a minute, so I'm going to come back to you.
I want to talk to Six Sides.
Yeah. Aye, first mate, give me a report.
Captain, well, I want to talk to you about something real quick.
Aye.
In order to be the best first mate I could possibly be.
Be there a mutiny awaiting?
No, none at all. They're loving it. The crew's having a great time, I'm assuming. This is a good shit. Yeah, there we
Aye,
go.
be happy,
Great spirits.
Modron.
Yeah. To do this job as best as I can, I need as much information as I could possibly get.
Aye.
So we're seeking out this pirate of legend. But to do that, we're getting information from this siren, right?
Aye. Balasar Darkfinn. His ship appears from nowhere. They say it comes from the very waves and the ocean itself. Just pops right up, attacks, and then flees into a thick cloud of mist.
Fascinating. Now about this siren.
Yes.
So like, what's her deal? She like
Oh, a sea nymph of unparalleled beauty.
All right.
She's a
Like
maiden
taking
of the
notes.
sea, ancient, full of magic and knowledge.
All right.
If anybody would be knowing what gave Darkfinn these strange powers, it'd be her.
Gotcha. So like on a scale of like 10, like what are we looking at? She's like it's like a little good around the edges, or like what's she never mind, it's fine. I'll assess when we get there.
First mate.
First mate.
Let me
That's
let you in on a secret.
All right.
I be a Modron. I do not know anything of a scale. I only say beauty because other people have said it. You all look like the same fleshy meat sacks to me.
That's a little racist, but all right.
One of your crew punted my fella and
Hey, that
told
was before,
me.
that was before I was first mate. How many puntings have we had since then?
True, we are at a 0 punting rating.
0 punts.
You're doing a fine job, first mate.
Can we put up a sign like X days since punting?
Absolutely.
All right.
Get the bosun to make that.
All right, fantastic. Good stuff.
There you go, Ayla, that's your job for
Okay,
the next few
sure.
days. Making a sign. Number of days since last punting, 0.
All right.
And then I might actually, if it ever gets up to 1, I might just go and actually punt one of them off so that I can put it back to 0 again.
Okay.
That's what Ayla
Just
would
flips
do.
round.
Yeah.
It's just 0 and 1.
She didn't make anything above 1, so she has to keep it back down again.
Okay, I like it.
Because she couldn't be bothered.
I thought that maybe, people would get into piratey spirit. No. Okay. Quill.
Well, hello.
Give me, so you are going to be the navigator for this.
Yes.
And as you draw closer to these storm's teeth, you begin to see dangerous reefs, sharp rocky outcroppings, which is going to require a navigation.
I mean, I'm like leaning over the edge of the crow's nest, just like every now and then looking through the spyglass when I'm not ready to throw up again.
So it's like, nice.
Getting shaken back and forth, which gives me a natural 20.
First one.
Nice!
Boom!
So, with your keen vision as a birdman, and your keen hearing as well, you successfully managed to help First Mate Mason and the captain navigate the shallows and the rocky outcroppings. But you get the first warning that as you draw closer and closer, on the very cusps of your hearing, you can hear a song projecting far further than it should. This enchanting melody, and you suspect that you're hearing it just before the wave of magic hits, and you have some time to warn your companions about what to expect. What would you like to do?
I squawk. Ah! Do they hear it? Hello? Hello?
What's that sound? I never heard.
Ah!
Sounds like a dead bird.
Is that-
Bird dying.
I think our parent is trying to say something.
There's a
parrot.
I
Oh,
can-
that one. Aye.
I can hear the siren!
Then why didn't you just say that?
I thought we were doing piratey stuff. I can hear the siren.
You can hear the siren.
Okay.
I relate
So you begin to hear this music, this strange, enchanting. There are no words to it. It's almost just pure tune. Ariel from The Little Mermaid kind of singing, floating on the air. I'm not going to do it. Don't look at me like
I was
that.
waiting for you to do it.
Yeah.
Cruise. That's not enough.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And it begins floating down. Now, I will say, you guys, if you want to take any quick precautions against the siren song with Quill's natural 20 to give you advance warning, what would you like to do? Or are you just going to sail on straight in?
Susan bites the head off of a raw fish and gulps it and says, "Let's do this."
Okay, I love it. Susan's preparation complete. Anything else?
I'm crying.
Okay.
I'm holding an
How
willy-
loudly are you crying?
Just sobbing.
Loud or just like quiet?
Enough. I'm like, I've walked out onto the top deck.
Okay.
And tripped over and spilled out a bucket of oil and nuts and Why me? Why? Why has it all come to this? I used to be famous. And now look at me, I'm picking up Modron feces.
Okay. There you go.
That's my preparation.
That's your preparation. Excellent.
That's me preparing.
I'm gonna like waddle up to the top deck, really tentatively,
Yeah.
tie myself onto the mast, and then just
Okay, so you're gonna like the rope that you've got. You're gonna tie
I've got around my
yourself.
waist.
Okay.
I'm on the mast.
Okay. Perfect. Anything on this side?
I'm gonna like really pretty cool like climb my way up the crow's nest, like using like the
But
rope,
cool.
swinging it. It's pretty dope.
Really cool.
Yeah, it's a
Give me an
lot of fun.
acrobatics check. Let's see how
Alright,
cool
I'm
you are.
listening to
Please be a
that.
natural one.
Nope.
Oh.
16.
16.
Damn it.
I mean, it's cool, but it's
Yeah.
not the coolest.
Yeah, I was holding it back. I didn't want
Okay,
to
you're
like
holding
wow
back a
everyone.
little bit.
too
You
much.
kind of like do a little half swing and then climb up.
Like after I'm like, Birdman, you got eyes on the siren?
Oh yeah. By the way, I've definitely seen cooler of what you just did.
That's fantastic.
I
No one
can't. I can't see her. I can hear her.
Where's your telescope?
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
I'll look through the spyglass.
Oh, good. I'm gonna like
No,
just you wanna get out.
Well, you both give me acrobatics checks. I want to see if you fall out of the crow's nest whilst fighting over this.
Oh. 18. Uh-oh.
12.
12. Not enough to fall out, luckily.
Oh.
But you kind of fight it. But Quill manages to pull the spyglass and kind of hold it up to his eye.
No, let me see it.
And
Come on
you
in.
can see out on this main kind of rocky isle, you can see this beautiful half, kind of fish-like tail spilling down, perched up on a rock. Long seaweed-like hair kind of draped over her. This beautiful woman singing. And then as she sings, her mouth opens and reveals rows of razor-sharp teeth as she begins singing out.
Alright.
That's what you guys do. Katie, anything? Nope.
I'm probably just gonna be near the front of the ship, just like
Perfect.
ready for.
Wisdom saving throws from everybody, please.
Yeah.
Oh
So you
yeah.
may roll a d20 and then add your wisdom saving throw modifier. Yes.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
I got a natural one. Well,
Natural
Bye.
20.
Okay.
So wise.
I think this is more that you're crying so loudly you can't hear the
Don't
song.
hear it yet.
I think that's much more apt. Susan,
15.
15. Okay. Sentry,
23.
23. 1 for Ayla.
11.
11 for Mason.
23.
23. So most of you, the song you hear it and you begin to feel this kind of wave of sleepiness, but also kind of haziness that overcomes you. But you shake it off and you can attend. The Modron crew is just completely transfixed and they're just staring off into space, and the ship begins to list and begin to like threaten to go near the rocks. Mason,
Susan like topples all the way to the one side to try and balance out the weight, like, whoa.
Okay, so you're going to move over to one side as it kind of bounces.
Yep.
Mason and Ayla, you are so enraptured by this song that you will do anything to get the ship to this person as fast as possible.
Oh, I would've
going the
done
most
that without
direct
the
route
save.
possibly. So what I'd like you guys to do for me is make either an athletics or an acrobatics check. And that is going to determine how much you are affecting the ship, like how much, what you're doing to kind of
19.
19?
13.
13, okay. So the rest of you, apart from Sentry, who is currently tied to the mast, the rest of you watch as Ayla and Mason go over to the ship's wheel and they begin piling it straight into this jagged set of rocks in front of the island where this siren is.
Hell yeah.
Ayla is pulling on the
Definitely
sails.
the right way to go.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
definitely the right way. Yeah.
Eyes up, we
Sails,
need it.
you're going at a fast speed. What are you guys going to try and do? And Sentry, what are you going to do? You are currently tied to the mast, so you can...
I'd be like, like freaking out, like, I need to kind of untie the rope. Then I'm like, let's try.
Yeah, you can
Panicking.
try and untie the ropes. So give me an
Yeah.
athletics check to see how quickly you can get out.
15, 19.
Okay, Susan, what are you going to do?
Susan starts plodding over to where they're doing like, what are we now doing, lads? Let's not follow our loins too much. What are we doing?
And
And she has like her...
And you're going to try, you're going to try and smack some sense into
Yes.
them? Okay. Who do you want to smack some sense into, Ayla or Mason?
whichever one looks like he's struggling to get control the most.
I think that's Mason. I think like Mason is very keen on getting there. Okay, so give me an attack roll. Let's see if you can hit Mason. Snap him out of it.
It's an 18 plus.
The attack roll with your rolling pin.
Oh, right, yes. I think that's.
It hits.
Plus
18
6,
hits.
but looks
Yeah,
good.
plus 6.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
24. Does that hit Mason?
Yes.
Yes! What a surprise. So when you roll some damage for me, Elspeth, so
Okay.
use your rolling pin's damage, which I believe is 2d6.
2d6 plus 3.
What's she doing? Just like smacking me?
Yeah, she's
Oh,
literally
alright.
coming up to you with this giant spiked rolling pin and is going to whack you.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be a
Definitely
10.
necessary.
Yep.
Huh?
A 10.
10 points of damage.
Serious?
Would you like to uncanny dodge?
Oh God, that's right. I'm on uncanny dodge.
So you can take 5.
All right.
So you kind of get this smack around the face by this huge rolling pin and you stumble for a second. And as you look up, your mind kind of clears and you realize you're about to, pilot the ship straight into a series of rocks, like sail the ship straight into it. Lucius, what are you doing?
What's happening? Are they under some sort of effect?
Yeah, Ayla is just like cackling and like letting out the sails as it sails straight full blown.
Whee!
Something's not right.
She would never wee.
She's never happy like this.
Never happy. I'm gonna get the bucket. Put it on her head.
Just like dump it over like Ayla's head. Okay.
Oh.
Why don't you make a dexterity saving throw for
Okay.
me? I think this is right way.
Natural 20. Oh!
So you watch as Lucius is coming up to you, and you can see this pile of Modron goop.
I'm sorry,
goes
I have
swing
to do
over
this.
to you. You step out of the way. Lucius
Yeah.
goes flying off the side of the ship.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But you get tangled up in the ropes, like you're kind of hanging off the kind of ropes around the side, and you just hear this desperate cry for help.
Please, Anchor, help me.
Oh, Lucius!
So, Sentry, you're now free. You can either run over to Lucius, or you can try and stop Ayla. What do you want to try and do?
I'm gonna see if Lucius can hold on.
Okay.
I'm like, Lucius, can you? How long have you? Can you hold on? Are you all right?
No, not at all.
Ah,
I'd really rather not be in this situation.
me neither.
Help me up.
I'm gonna like untie the rope and then try and tie up Ayla and try and
Okay.
stop her from taking control of the ship.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Ah,
And Lucius, can you make a strength saving throw for me?
Yeah.
23.
Oh yeah, I think that's going to be enough. So you swing the rope around Ayla and you manage to pull her back, tying her off, keeping her from the sails, which gives the Modrons, Captain Six Eyes, time to go and begin pulling them in and slowing the ship down. What did you get on your strength?
18.
18. So you're managing to hold on, like you're kind of like gripping to the
Small
side of
elf.
the ship. And Quill is the only one left to potentially help Lucius.
Oh, I'm just up there trying to direct, but I was told that people would be falling asleep to this song, so I don't know anything's going on.
Okay.
So I'm just in the crow's nest, like left. No, wait, is that starboard port?
Okay.
Just
So you're gonna
yelling
try and guide
commands.
them. Okay.
Um,
Make a perception check for me.
Perception. Wait, is that with eye perception?
Yes.
Oh, that's disadvantage
Yeah,
there.
because you have one eye.
Still 22.
22. Yeah, you start calling out the orders, and now that Mason's back in, you'll come to your senses. You hear Quill's kind of commands, and you're sailing the ship to and fro. And you manage to weave your way through these jagged rocks, and you see the siren kind of hiss, this kind of, and then the song changes, and you begin hearing this kind of deep, mournful, kind of wail sound. And the ship begins pulling up, and you hear this voice cry out across the sea, "What do you want?" As this woman is now speaking across the wind itself towards the ship.
Am I still under?
You're tied up, but still under, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, seeing the siren in person now,
Yeah,
how
it's
do I feel?
quite fun. I mean, she is, the top half is this beautiful maiden, but then as she opens her mouth, you see these rows of dagger-like teeth.
Right, so
just
even
kind of-
better.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, and she's got this kind of like seaweed hair that spills down,
Nice.
kind of aerial mermaid tail. And she kind of looks at you with these cold, black, orb-like eyes. What do you want?
As I'm staring, just anything to make you happy, darling. You name it.
She seems very confused for a second. And he's just like, to be left alone. But why is such a man coming to seek my aid? What brings you here?
I think we're looking for some pirate or some, I don't know. I just want to get to know you a little bit, if that's quite all right.
Well, you can step across to me, Isle. Perhaps I can.
I would very much like to do that.
She just gestures.
All right.
Six-Eyes is like, be careful, first mate. She be a tricksy one.
It's like, oh, I've. Nah, just walk.
Just carry on. Yeah, so you guys watch as Mason begins making his way over.
Oh, look! Someone else that isn't helping me! Come on!
He just walks.
You're holding on to ropes!
Mason just lowers
Turn
the
back
plank.
to the side. He's like, you're doing great, buddy. Drinking a little seawater never hurt nobody.
Oh my god.
The ship has now come to like a bit of a standstill. Ayla, the spell wears off. Yeah, and you guys managed to avoid being smashing into the rocks and taking damage and stuff. So you guys are in currently no danger from these rocks and the waves around you. But yeah, so are you guys gonna let Mason go over and do the speaking, or do you guys want to go over and chat to the siren?
Don't go over there!
No, don't go. No.
Stop
no.
it.
Tricks.
Noted and ignored. And I keep walking.
I will physically stop him from.
Sure, make a
going-
strength check, and then
Try
Mason
to.
make a strength check, or acrobatics, I think.
Acrobatics.
Athletics for you, Casey. Sorry. Oh.
24. Wait,
What's
wait,
17?
yeah.
Wait, I'm at
Acrobatics.
23.
23.
24.
So you kind of feel these muscular arms kind of wrap around you and kind of hold you back as these tattooed elven arms grip onto you.
Somebody get the information quick, please.
Oh wait, what are we here for again?
You know, just to find out where the pirate is and the treasure. The whole
We're looking for a
point-
pirate and some treasure.
And we need books. Think.
Darkfinn?
As you say the name, her eyes kind of go wide a little bit. You should be seeking the Darkfinn.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
my handsome sailor. I'm afraid that you might have to come back. If you be seeking Darkfinn, I'll be willing to help you. He's been a thorn in the waves for too long. Needs to be taught a lesson. He's been given powers that don't belong to him. They belong only to the sea.
What kind of powers?
He's been cursed. Cursed by a were-shark.
Nice.
And given the powers of the sea by an ancient idol found at the bottom of the ocean. He has a lair not far from here, but it's shrouded by those who don't know the way. I can give you a charm to reach it, but you must slay the pirate.
Yeah, that seems doable. Let's
I
try.
like that.
Yeah, can do, yeah.
Also, I want you to return with a handsome one.
I don't think I'll be coming back.
Is he still dangling off the side there as well? Yeah.
Yeah, yes, yeah. She kind of like looks around. Like, where did that voice come
I
from?
appreciate the compliment, thank you.
Where's Lucius?
It's like,
I think he has the wrong idea.
yeah, I think he seems a little bit confused. He's got like a thing going, but it's fine. It works.
Would you mind helping me off the ropes?
Very much so. Yes.
Thank you. Anytime soon?
I'll just put your hand down and just.
You just pick him up and pull him up into the thing.
Thank you, Sentry.
Yeah, she looks over. It's like, Darkfinn is a dangerous foe. Destroy the idol, and the curse should fade from his ship. He'll no longer be able to traverse the seas. But beware the were-shark's bite, for the curse could be transferred to you.
Now,
Excellent.
Except
What?
you. Probably not you. You're made of metal.
That's good.
so the were-shark's curse is you become one of them.
Aye.
Now, what if, hypothetically, we think that sounds awesome?
If you wish to seek the powers of the were-shark, I leave that to you, handsome man.
Follow-up question. Would you be more into that?
Yeah.
Done deal. We gotta find were-sharks right now. Utmost urgency.
You're a very strange man.
I've been told.
Just so you're aware.
He'll be a very strange were-shark soon.
She kind of makes her way. She kind of has to kind of like awkwardly waddle across this island because she's got no legs. And she hands up a small kind of piece of driftwood tied up with seaweed and ropes and kind of holds it out towards Mason, unless anybody else wants to grab it. And it appears to be some sort of like charm. Fix that to your ship and you'll be able to find his lair.
Can do. And with like a closer look now at the siren, I'm
Yeah.
kind of looking at the tail. I'm like, so how would it work?
Were-shark.
Ah, can do.
She gives you a awkward wink.
It's like, we'll teach you that. That comes with time.
Very well. Meanwhile, the Modrons seem to come back to their senses and begin preparing the ship to leave. And I'm assuming you guys want to make your way.
Yep.
Right.
Please.
It doesn't take you long to follow the path to the lair of Balasar Darkfinn. As you begin approaching it, you can see that it's ringed by a shelf of narrow coral that you have to weave through. But as the totem that you receive from the siren, it almost pulls the ship in the right directions, leading you through this labyrinth of corals and shallows and rocks. And eventually it brings you into a large island with a half-moon crescent cove, upon which there is a ship moored. The ship has these giant bones of some sort of ancient sea behemoth, as well as armored plates made from salvaged metal. It's a terrifying warship, perhaps twice the size of your own, but it's currently moored. Captain Six-Sides comes up to all of you. "Me officers, there be a plan in the making. We cannot let Darkfinn get to his ship. It's far stronger than ours. But a small party that makes their way into his lair, you might be able to catch him. Me and the Modrons, we can take care of the warship and its crew.
Yep, sounds fair.
Yeah, cool.
If you can kill Darkfinn, their leadership should crumble, and then the seas will be safe, and the underside will be avenged."
I'm just like,
What you be laughing at, Birdman?
Nothing at all. Just your underside will be definitely avenged.
What
We're
use
doing this
did-
all for your underside.
What use did your underside have?
It is a part of me. Would you not care if someone marred your rump?
Well, you would like to see it.
No.
And she lifts up her.
Please, no.
Look at that. That's smart right there.
I throw up into the bucket.
Gads, woman, please take your foul behind and go and slay
Whoa,
the pirate.
Oh, that I understand your plight
Oh, my apologies.
better than anyone.
I see.
Hey, one arm, one eye. I'm the very definition of marred.
All right, you don't need to be whining about
It's not
it.
the competition.
I wasn't
Aye.
whining.
Brag about him,
I-
man. Why is everyone
Okay,
trying to one up the
okay,
lady?
all right.
Have you ever
got a
thought about
fantastic plump rump.
avenging that?
Plump rump.
Avenging the wing.
No, well, eventually underside first.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys, small little rowing boats are lowered down, and you guys begin making your way towards the cove. And you can see pirates now beginning to make their way up onto the ship, and there are these strange fishmen with these kind of black orbless eyes, weird kind of fins attached to their forearms, who seem to be opening some sort of gate, like a wooden sea gate. And all these sea turtles begin filtering out and begin mounting on top of them and begin sailing their way out towards the ship itself. A small group of them veer off and head towards your rowboat, whereas the most of them head towards the main ship, which is now beginning to fire ballistae towards the warship itself. There's about 3 of these shahuagin riding sea turtles making their way towards your rowboat. Now they're going to take some time to get there, and I believe some of you guys have ranged weapons. So what would you guys like to do?
No matter what happens, I need to ride a turtle. That's all I've ever wanted.
It's crucial.
Well, they're coming closer, so you could probably try and jump on and try and commandeer a sea turtle.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's Mason. That's what you're going to do. You're going to wait for them to get closer and then try and commandeer a sea turtle. Everybody else, what do you guys want to do?
Also, more than anything, I need to see you riding a sea turtle.
Yeah. Can be done. Dreams are coming true. Dream team. Hold that fist.
Magical.
It's just like, oh, smell.
It does smell of Modron oil.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's the plan?
I'm gonna turn to Susan and be like, I can help you pre-cook some of these turtles if you'd like.
Do you have salt?
I haven't got
Salt's
salt.
the most important thing, and then she has like this little array of like spices, but they're all filled with salt.
Just all salt all the time.
This one's red salt, this one's black salt, this one's white salt, and they all taste the same, but I like to keep it varied.
They're very pretty.
As you're having this conversation, the shogun are just like blah, 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 shaking like spears and things at you from the distance. As you have
We're talking about salt, you uncultured swine.
and they kind of look at you very confused. Any other actions anyone's taking?
I'm gonna wait until they get closer so that I can smack
Do
in
a
the
smacking,
face
do a
with
whacking.
my hammer.
Quill, Lucius.
I'm probably going to wait for Birdie to do something and then follow his lead.
I mean, I'm going to use my pistol. Do you have one of these?
Don't use that.
I mean, I don't want to...
It never goes well.
Yeah, but I'm on a pirate ship. Like, this
Okay,
is the
fine,
dream.
just do it. Make it
Okay.
quick.
Okay, so you're gonna
Everyone plug your ears.
You're gonna fire your Thunderstone pistol.
You ready?
This Birdman takes out a gun, man. It's just like, holy shit.
It's like this one-armed Birdman reaches in and pulls out this elaborate, magical-looking pistol and just takes aim with it.
I'd probably get out of his way. It sometimes goes a bit wrong.
I'm trying to look cool, but I'm just like,
Make the attack roll for it.
Ooh.
Please tell me that's a 1 or a 2.
No, it's not. It doesn't explode, which is good. 8.
And kind of just half launched into the back of the rowboat, sailing past Mason as the force blows you aside.
I mean, probably from the recoil, I let go of the gun as well. I just
smashes into the water. So you watch.
So that's how he flies.
Yeah, well, not using that one again. It's gone.
Lucius.
All right. We'll try something else, and I do like a Melf's acid arrows.
Okay, yeah, great.
Cool.
They fire, so you begin weaving the magical threads, and you conjure this green bow of shimmering liquid.
All right. That's a 2. 8.
The arrow just sails past. It splashes a little bit on the ropes and things like that, but the shahuagin kind of does this cool, he spins the turtle up on its side as the acid arrow splashes into the waves.
I think it's time to ride a sea turtle.
Go for it, Mason.
Will do.
So give me an acrobatics check to see if you can jump onto the turtle.
Can do. Come on. 18.
18. You leap aside, shove this fishman into the water, pick up the reins, and you now have command of one of these sea turtles.
Hell yeah.
Leaving 2 remaining. And as you jump onto that one on the other side, Ayla, you're going to take a swing at one of them.
Yeah, I'm going to rage first, so
Okay.
there's a bit of extra
Yep.
lightning.
So you watch as lightning begins cascading up and down her arms, down into the hammer.
Yep. I'm going to reckless attack, because why not? That's a natural 20.
That is.
Whoa.
So you watch. You don't even worry about the damage, because as you swing, you connect in some sort of uppercut, launching the shahuagin into the air. The lightning crackles down into the sea turtle, and you just watch as it kind of cooks and fries and begins sinking into.
There goes Susan.
Oh, yep. That's going to be on the ship for later.
And the shahuagin just flies off into the air. There's one more of these things, and it's coming towards you with this, vicious-looking spear, and it's coming towards your side of the boat. What would Sentry or Susan like to do?
Ooh. Well, Susan obviously is, in the market for some sea turtle.
Okay.
So she doesn't really have anything that produces flame or really looks cool. So all she has is a rolling pin with spikes on it.
Yeah.
So she just
Whacks it.
attempts to whack it. Really.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me an attack roll.
Okay. Did I need to use it? I think I need to rock dice. Just give me one second.
That's the right one.
Is the right?
Yeah. So 17 plus 6.
Oh, okay.
So 23, that easily hits. So now roll the damage for me and just see how much you can get. So it's the 2d6 plus 4.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
2 of them.
7. That's 11.
11 points of damage. So you lean over and you smash the sea turtle on the head with this giant hammer, and you hear this kind of snapping sound. But the man on top of it is enough that he gets a strike in towards you with his spear. You kind of just as you lean down, it just scrapes along the battle apron and doesn't actually pierce into your flesh as this spear kind of sails past Sentry. So you've knocked the sea turtle out, but this creature's now trying to clamber into the rowboat with you. Sentry, what would you like to do?
I am going to. I'm gonna raise up my arm.
Okay. Okay, so you
Flame
watch as
lance
this
comes out.
wand, like a magical wand, kind of pokes up out of Sentry's forearm, and this begins glowing with a bright red heat.
I'm gonna point it at the dude.
Okay. Okay, just, fire
Flame
off.
lance him.
Okay, what do I need to do for that? Is it a dex save?
So that is a dexterity saving throw, 13.
That was a 6. So
Nice.
you watch as this huge beam of heat just kind of, like a Iron Man style laser, just kind of cuts this fishman in half as it just collapses into the ocean with a foul smell.
What about the ship?
I mean, it doesn't go that. You're on a little rowboat. It probably catches like the top half.
Okay.
But nothing but you guys, with no more these sea turtle riders to kind of prevent you from reaching the cove, you begin sailing. As you look back, you can see Captain Six Sides and the pieces of bits and pieces is having an exchange of fire as ballistae are fired between the two, and you can just see the little cubed Modron gripping onto one of his ropes with a sword pointed forward, like, It be time! Roll, me modrons, roll! And the whole ship begins kind of like cascading, and you watch as it almost begins to, where you thought that there was damage to the ship before, the ship itself kind of begins rotating and twisting as its sails get sucked in until it forms a large water-bound sphere that then begins rolling towards the other ship and it just smashes into the side of this warship as this giant ball just rolls over it and begins crushing parts of the sails.
It's awesome.
That's
I'm
pretty
glad
amazing.
we're not inside that thing still.
You guys land on the beach, and you can begin making your way. A path, like a sandy path, leads its way into a dark cavern. The smell of ocean and salt and seaweed fills the air, but as does the rancid smell of rotting meat. You can see all around you there are these bones of ancient sea behemoths, these giant whales or creatures that you've never really seen, krakens and all sorts of strange beings, have bones littered around the place. As are many wrecks. You can see like halves of ships or the occasional mast strung up, almost like a grand palace. And at the center of it, you can see a mast, like a figurehead, of a strange alien creature with bulbous eyes, fanged mouth, finned legs, and it pulses with a green light. And standing in front of it, in front of also a huge pile of treasure, you see what can only really be described as this bipedal shark, still wearing the rags of clothing, trousers and boots, but it's all kind of distorted and broken, like the Hulk kind of has busted out of his clothing. These huge grey-skinned arms, this large shark-like head with a fin along its back. If you've ever saw a street shark,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm just imagining Maui in Moana when he goes, shark head.
Shark heads, yeah, like that as well. This kind of like half man, half shark with a huge row of teeth. In one hand, he holds. We've lost Rhiannon.
She's gone.
In one hand, he holds this massive cutlass as well, and he looks over. So, come to steal Darkfinn's treasure, have ye? And this giant jaw hangs open. Looks like I've got a few more sharks to add to the family. And I'd like to roll initiative.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and speed through.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, that's a 7. Okay.
Ooh, 17. My bad.
Okay, so Lucius,
8. 9,
Eight.
sorry. 9.
Sentry,
10.
Ayla,
15.
Quill,
20.
Susan,
16.
16, and Mason,
22.
22. Mason, you are first off the bat, your swashbuckler instincts kicking in. This man is absolutely not going to go anywhere without a fight, and to get to your precious siren beloved, you're going to need that guy to bite you.
Oh yeah. Like first laying eyes on the were-shark is just like, that is so cool. I want to be that. But for now, I'm going to.
Oh, if you come close enough, me boy, I'll give you a nip, and you can sense the power that this curse gives.
If I didn't know better, I'd say he was flirting with me.
I'm not. I'm definitely not.
Well, to each his own. Well, I'm gonna go for it, and I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna two-hand attack him first with my rapier, second with the dagger.
Okay, so you come swashbuckling in. Rapier drawn. Waha.
It's like, hey, yarg, mateys. So plus. So that is a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. I like that phrase.
it.
That's great. Yeah, absolutely. Hits.
So D8 plus 3. So that is 5.
5 points of damage. Okay.
And let me see. With my my rakish audacity,
Yes.
would I get my sneak attack?
I believe you do, because no one else is fighting him currently. So
Oh.
you get to roll your sneak attack.
Heck yeah! I'm gonna do that now. Extra 3d6. Okay.
3d6.
Yeah, sneak attack boy.
9.
9 points of damage.
Yep.
So you rush in with a rapier, you kind of strike one-handed, and you watch as it cuts across this, shark skin that covers his whole body. The cut doesn't go particularly deep, but then you plunge the dagger into the side, and he kind of grunts like, "Ah, is that the best you've got, boy?"
Well, I still got this, and I'm gonna go in for the second attack with my dagger.
Nice.
Which is +6, which is 17.
17 hits, yeah.
All right. So that is D4 +3. So, 7.
Oh. So you watch as the blow, as you kind of, stab the second blade in, the offhand kind of strike. He kind of grunts for a second. He's like, nothing like a little nip. Perhaps I should give you one of my own. And he's going to take a legendary action. He's going to bite you.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Now, do you have all of your hit points?
I do not.
Well, and the scent of blood from the wound Susan caused earlier seems to drive him mad and give him advantage.
Okay.
That is only not going to be very high. That's a 12.
That does not.
So you kind of duck under, or do you want to be hit by this?
Not just yet.
Okay, so you kind of duck under as his huge jaws like slam shut just where your shoulder should be. After Mason goes, we have Quill.
So how much can we see through his rags? How much is showing?
I mean, it's a PG show, Tom.
Well, I know, but I kind of want to make him aware of it. I want to distract him. Like it's kind of peeking a little bit there.
Give me a deception check.
It's not deception. It is.
Is it?
Sure.
You gotta make him look.
Deception. Deception. I don't know where deception is. 14.
14. Okay, let's see if he figures it out. Natural 1. Huh? And he looks down and kind of brings one hand to cover himself.
And then I will cast a spiritual weapon next to him.
Sure, go for it.
And I guess I'll whack him with that. So it's a spiritual weapon that looks very similar to the Howling Gale that Ayla has.
Okay.
But feathery, because I'm a bird man. Unnatural 20, dirty 20. I learned that just
Dirty 20 hits. Hits.
Wait. Oh, yeah, that does damage.
It does, yes.
That's what
Tom.
magical weapon does. 12.
12 points. Wow, big hit. So as he looks down and is distracted, he then looks up as this glowing spiritual hammer smacks him right in the face, and one of his teeth kind of flies out of his mouth, sent flying by the weapon. And he grunts. He's like,
Can I try and catch the tooth?
Yeah, it embeds in his arm. And
you know
now
what,
he's a
Nate, for
were-shark.
you just catch it.
Hey.
So you watch as he kind of looks up. He's like, you think you're funny, D. Oh, power of the ancient seas, come to me aid. Sharknado! And he throws out his arms. And this spinning whirl of glowing white energy and spectral sharks flows along the... I know, I love it. It flows along in front of you, hitting all of you guys. I need you guys to make dexterity saving throws for me, please.
Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
Ooh. 14.
9.
22.
Ooh, 12.
12.
7.
20.
Okay, anybody who's got lower than 15, you take 20 points of
Damn it.
piercing damage.
Sharknado.
And all these spectral sharks are kind of biting in as this wind, this kind of magic washes over you. And it kind of bites into your arms, bites into your chest.
If there's anything I would want to kill me in D&D,
Sharknado.
It would be a
Sharknado.
But I'm assuming it doesn't kill you.
It does not.
No, that's the sad. But yeah, he kind of throws out of his arms, and you watch as the idol that was that he's standing in front of kind of crackles and begins to splinter a little bit. After that is at the end of Quill's go, so it is his go, and he's going to try and bite onto. Nope, that's a 2. So Mason, he tries to bite down on you again, but no such luck.
That's not gonna work, man.
So we then go to, I believe, Susan.
Hello.
Hello.
She takes a look at him and says, "You'd make enough stew for an entire crew." And she comes after him with her rolling pin.
Massive rolling pin.
You know,
Yeah, just
stomping
charging.
as much as an old lady possibly can.
It's less
She's
of a
got,
charge, more of a waddle.
Strands of hair flying out of her bandana. She's looking really
Love it.
gnarly at this point.
Perfect.
Mason's
So,
just
yeah.
cheering her on again. Yeah, Susan, get him.
Thanks, Mason. You're a real dad. And she just tries to plant one right in the shark's face.
Perfect. Give me an attack roll, and remember you can attack twice.
Okay. Let's
So D20 and then, yeah, see if you hit first. D20 plus 6.
Yep. Ooh, that's gonna be a 17.
Hits.
Yeah.
And then see if your second attack hits as well.
Okay.
So same roll.
Ooh. No.
No?
It's just
okay.
no.
So the first one hits, so you can roll damage, so it's 2d6 plus 4.
Okay. Oh, man. Okay, so that's like a 10?
10 points. Nice. Okay, so that blow, you kind of slam it into his side and he grunts. No, I can't be taken down by the likes of you. And he kind of like shudders for a moment. But yeah, you get a strong blow into his side. Do you want to do anything else?
Can she make another attack?
You can action surge, yeah. You can do action surge and make 2 more attacks.
Sure, let's go ahead and action
Yeah, absolutely.
surge.
So 2 more attacks?
Yeah. But this time she wants to just punch him right in the nose.
Sure, yeah, go for it. It's the same roll,
Yep.
D20 plus 6.
Oh, sorry, that's not the right
Yeah, that's the right one.
Okay, so that's, you said plus 6?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a 22.
You've also hit a shark's weak point by punching him on the nose.
Right
so
in the kisser.
you watch as you kind of lean back one big meaty fist and just bam, right on the nose, and you hear something snap and crunch. And he just kind of wobbles for a moment and then pitches forward, slamming into the ground. As you watch
Nice.
as this fearsome were-shark, this famous pirate, the one place they didn't think to hit him, right on the nose.
Susan spits.
Wait, is that it?
Oh.
Ayla's like charged up, running towards him with the hammer. She's like,
But as you do that, you do see there is a huge pile of gold behind him.
Woo!
And with that, we're going to have to wrap up today's adventure.
Wait, he's dead?
He's dead.
Nice.
It's almost like we're on a time limit, Tom Hayes.
Oh. You just poop him in the snoot.
Sometimes it's just one good punch to the nose. So, so thank you very much, everybody, for joining us for this little short adventure today. If you want, you can check out more High Rollers. It's every Sunday at 5 o'clock UK time on twitch.tv/Yogscast. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to our 2 guest players, Elspeth Eastman and Nate Sharp. And thank all of you for coming to watch us here at TwitchCon. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.